Well, welcome back to Envoy Medical's a channel pioneering one-of-a-kind, fully implantable devices for those suffering from hearing loss to take us through some of the pivotal milestones that they achieved through 2025 and with some expectations on what we can see in 2026. We're privileged, as always, to be joined by Brent Lucas, the CEO. First and foremost, welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's good to see you again. Happy 2026.
Yeah, pleasure to get you on as well. Yeah, take us back first and foremost between the balance sheet side, enrollment, what's been going on through last year?
Yeah, 2025 was a pivotal year for us, quite literally. So we started our pivotal clinical trial in the beginning of the year. So we have this breakthrough device, as everyone knows, the fully implanted Acclaim cochlear implant. We started our pivotal clinical trial. We're the first cochlear implant company to be in a pivotal clinical trial in the US. So pretty excited to start it. Got our first 10 patients enrolled in the first stage, which was excellent. Got that enrollment done in a couple of months. And then we're able to follow those patients for 3 months, reported back to the FDA and said, hey, this looks pretty good, what we're seeing. Please let us go forward and expand into the second stage. Got the FDA's approval to do that, which is really great news for a company like ours. Some might think of it on a drug side or other types of trials like a data readout. But for us, it was a check-in with the FDA where they said, yeah, we don't really see anything here that's causing us alarm. So, move on and finish that trial. So we are now completing enrollment. We at the end of 2025, we got through, started that second stage, and we're now into enrollment. We're now halfway through enrollment of the entire trial. So we need 56 total patients. We're through that halfway point, and then actually in the last couple of days, we're about through the two-thirds of the enrollment. So anticipating enrollment for the trial to be completed in the first quarter, definitely by the end of the first quarter, maybe in the next couple of weeks here. So that should be a pretty significant milestone that people can anticipate from us coming up. Also to highlight, in 2025, we got rid of our debt. We had $32 million in debt on the balance sheet, got rid of that, raised some extra capital. So 2025 was a big year for us and very excited about 2026.
Yeah, and you gave some insight there, I guess, from the enrollment front. But I mean, for investors right now that are paying attention to Envoy Medical, what would make them, be intrigued this year as kind of I think, a big launching phase for you guys to purchase the stock?
Yeah, I would say obviously enrollment's going to be a big one. That's probably the next big milestone that I anticipate. Getting through full enrollment for a pivotal clinical study is a big deal. You'll also see us talking about some of the data coming out of those first 10. So the first 10, which were part of stage one, some of those patients now are going to be through their year follow-up. So we'll be able to begin to release some information, some insight on how folks are doing, as well as I'm aware that there's a primary investigator, one of the investigators from the trial, who's planning on doing a presentation at a big cochlear implant conference this year. So there's going to be just a bunch of different times throughout the year that we should be able to see people drawing attention to us as we get closer. So now that we are where we're at, anticipating PMA submission in first quarter of next year, first or second quarter of next year, you see us potentially getting FDA approval at the end of 2027. And that just allows for a bunch of really great milestones to occur over the next 22 months as more and more people come up to speed. Like I've said before, but I'll say it again. I think now is a great time to get on the train. If you're at all interested in hearing loss or hearing therapies, this is the time to get on board.
On that note, we'll pass it off to the viewer as always. We'd love to know what you think. Consider subscribing for news and catalysts as it comes down the wire like this. Of course, we'll bring it to you here. But on that, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.